Hi.
Hold on. Oh, it's not focused, but we get the point. Hello, action.
Not even putting that out.
Oh, what is going on with this camera? Oh, hello.
Hi, hello. Been a while.
I know. How have you
What
been?
is it? Good. Very, very busy. I feel like January, I think we said in the last podcast at the beginning of January had started a little bit crazy.
For you,
It,
it was very crazy.
it was mental. Christmas and then the new year just started off with a bang. And the bang has just continued to turn into a giant explosion, but in the best possible way. So yeah, don't feel like I have a minute. This is the first time I've sat down today to running around everywhere and then making brownies and hmm,
Yeah, this is another side piece.
yeah, how many things can one girl do? That is what I'm going for in 2025.
So if anyone wants any cakes, cookies, brownies,
Hit me up.
you know,
Cinnamon buns.
cinnamon buns.
So yeah, it's been a very, very busy week so far. I don't see it getting any quieter, but yeah, I feel good. How about you? How's your week been?
Yeah, busy's good though. I feel like when I'm busy, I'm really getting stuff done and I'm productive and it's a nice feeling. But
Yeah,
everything's been good. We did goal setting, didn't we, last time? So it'd be good to look back and see what kind of goals that we both set and how that's been going. But
yeah.
my kind of busy times, I think, is going to be coming up in the next few months as well, especially. So I'm just kind of preparing, but I'm still plenty busy enough at the moment. Gonna get
Mhm.
work.
Do you want to explain why you're going to be so busy in the next couple of months?
So
It was on your
we did
board.
cover this in the last podcast, but I think that at this point in the last podcast, nothing had been finalised. So
No.
I have now had my house offer accepted for me and Ace. Yay! So happy house days, but happy house days won't be coming for a couple of months, which is how long it takes for like solicitors and all of the back kind of paperwork to go through, which means
Yeah,
hopefully by end will pray for me to be moving into the house by the end of March before the stamp duty changes, because that's
yeah.
£2,500 of tax that we don't want to pay.
We'll
But
manifest that, Kels.
yes, but that's more emphasizing the kind of rush because I'm going to be calling solicitors, dropping in there as much as possible to really make sure that things are moving as fast as possible. So
Yeah,
ideally
keep your
by the
foot on the
end,
gas.
yeah, so I know how busy even now things are like making phone calls and stuff. So another couple of months to top moving house with work and everything else going on. I know that that's going to be intense. So yeah, just preparing.
It's very, very exciting, and the house is stunning. I the other day I was like, hello. The other day I was like, ooh, what housewarming present am I going to get Kelsey and Ace?
I need to do like a housewarming party or something. I don't know what to do. That'd be so cool though, wouldn't it?
It'd be really good. Yeah, it's very exciting because you'd found a house previously that you loved, but for one reason or another that didn't pan out. And but you remained so positive and so focused, and I know the right house is coming. And then the next thing I know, Amy, I'm going to view this house. Amy, I've got this house.
I know, I was really gutted. Me and Ace were both gutted when the first one fell through, but like we both had a conversation and we both agreed like this has happened because you're going to find a better house. There's a reason that that wasn't the house that you
Yeah,
ended up getting. So it's all worked out fine. And touch wood, like it's going to continue to work out in the next few months. But yeah, as the months go on, I'm sure it will get more intense with actually moving and juggling with everything else, but I'm keeping
yeah.
up
I
with
feel
life.
between us, we've got a lot of plates spinning at the moment. So just we keep each other on the right track, really, don't we?
Yeah,
Although
so. not getting
We haven't.
overwhelmed.
Yeah, but we actually haven't really seen each other, have we? Because you deloaded
And now
and
you're
then,
deloaded.
well, I've deloaded for
Two
3 days this
deloads
morning.
back to back, but
Yeah.
you could have just deloaded when I deloaded the week before, but no.
No, but you know what? I did me 3 days, and actually, the 3 days fell perfectly. So we went to destination on Saturday. That was really fun. It was but I knew it was the last session, and then I took 3 days. And then this morning I was like, oh, I really need to go and do my cardio because I've run out of days. So look, I tripped and fell into the weight section.
Just tripped.
So, yeah, but for me, because things have been so busy, and I was just saying to you before, like I love Instagram. I love posting on Instagram, like just for fun. But when I spend too much time, or if I'm getting quite a few messages in, it was the same when I competed. I think you'll probably remember this, but when I get numerous messages in one go, it makes me feel quite overwhelmed sometimes. So by the end of yesterday, I was like, I just need to log out of Instagram and just, make sure I've got my nighttime routine in place and just come down from that, have no screen time, not speak to anybody, put my phone on airplane mode and just go to sleep. And I woke up this morning at 3 a.m. because I was so excited to train. But I felt really refreshed after just kind of switching off. But I know that happens to me, and I'm well aware of when I need to kind of take that step away from social media, even if it's just for a couple of hours. But obviously yesterday, because of the announcement that had happened, and I'd put up a question box, and it was really nice because people were sending me questions and people were messaging me. So it's like, right, well, I'm going to do that. I was doing that in between my work meetings. And so, yeah, by the end of the day, I was like, okay, we'll just switch off now.
Had enough now, but it's so good
I've had
that
enough.
you know what your top limit is. And I'm the same,
Mm.
like I know that if that's like gonna push me over the edge with being overwhelmed, I can put things down, but that's like a really good skill that you've got,
Mm.
like that kind of knowledge of when to put it away and not
Yeah.
let yourself get affected by it. So it's nice
Oh, yeah.
that you did have
And I
a
think realistically, I think to myself, the messages can, if someone's messaging you, that can wait. If it's something to do with work or someone needs something, then that would come via my email. And people who I'm close with would have my number. So if anyone needed anything, they could ring me. Because I set up certain people so that they can.
Yeah, you
So
taught me how to
realistically,
do that. So
I
you can
did
set
do
a
that.
personal mode on your phone, which means only notifications pop through by the
Yeah.
chosen people.
Yeah, chose the select few come through if they need anything. So I can quite easily take that step back and say, yeah, no, I just need a break. We're human. Sometimes we need a little switch off from things. So yeah, I had a really good day and then just thought, no, I'm just gonna take some time for myself before the craziness continues.
Yeah, I do enjoy a break from my phone. And I don't know if I told you this actually because it was only a couple of days ago, but I went to meet my friend Faith for coffee and I forgot my phone and I left the house and I did actually message you, didn't I, to let you know
You
because
did.
I got on my Instagram and I just thought I was driving like to Starbucks and I just thought I'm so happy that my phone's not with me. It's just like the best kind
You,
of like release as if like that's not there. I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I literally hate it. I use it for work and I use it because I need to be in contact with my friends and family. But I know that if I could, I would just prefer not to be attached to that thing.
well, we were laughing about it the other day because you were like, well, I've got my phone for me step count in the gym. You're like, I know how many steps I've done. I was like, Elsie, your phone doesn't leave the changing rooms.
No, I never ever have. If I remember when I was on prep, because I don't track like my steps, but when I was on prep, it was like about 3K steps I'd done on my phone, like it just wouldn't register.
I've never met anyone like you though in terms of steps because you are like a human stepometer. Is that the word?
10-minute steps is 1K. That's just a given. So
When we were on holiday and we did that hike, and I was like, right, Kelsey, how many steps have we done? I'm like this, checking. And every time you were like within 100 steps.
you're like about
It was nuts.
19,000 today, and you're like, yeah,
Are you okay, hon?
yeah, I'm good
But
at
yeah,
that.
so what else are you working towards at the minute? Is there any other goals that you want to share?
I can't remember what I shared last time, but I think I definitely did mention the house, getting the house sorted. That was one of the big goals, so that is well underway. Obviously, health off season, so that's going well, as you also know. So no, I don't think I've had any issues so far with my goals, and I've set like measurable like goals, mini targets in between, so I know that I am on target for things. But yeah, tell me more about your goals. You did mention as well at the beginning, like the fact that you'd already been feeling that you're working towards them. So what's happening?
Yes. So there's quite a few things. Um, let's say within this year that I am working towards. So, but the first thing was the announcement yesterday or the day before, I'm a bit lost off now. But that I am now officially, it's now officially official. I am part of the Undivided team, which is really exciting. So I'm now Undivided's mindset coach. I was telling Leah when we recorded our podcast, when I recorded with Leah, that we had joked, hadn't we, months before going to the event that I was moving into mindset coaching, and we joked like, oh, imagine if you were with Undivided. They put it on the vision board, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of all
Manifest.
developed from there. Yeah. So that's really, really exciting. Very excited that the girls are excited. I'm doing the lives once a month, which is going to be on a different topic each month. And whether that's around goal setting, building confidence, building self-esteem, whatever it may be, we're going to look at all of that, look at people's emotional intelligence, whether they're comfort eating. It's going to be a mix of fitness, lifestyle, and just general self-development. So that's really exciting, as well as if there's anything that people want me to cover. Alongside that, I'm doing one-to-one sessions, and they will be specifically focusing on whatever that person is struggling with. So unpicking those limiting beliefs and where they've come from, and rewiring the unconscious mind to help them thrive and achieve their goals. So very, very excited about that, because anyone who knows me well will know that I just have such a passion for helping people. I absolutely love it. So yeah, very, very excited about that. And I love that we get to do it together as well.
I know. I'm so excited about how many people that you're actually going to help. And even from the feedback I've had on like the podcast or the YouTube videos, people have already said like things have resonated and it's helped in a way. So already, like without even trying, I know you are so good at this. Obviously, I was meant to do this and it's all just fallen into place because you know how to manifest and work towards those goals. So you've put the actionable steps, like you've put the effort in, like don't think that, you've just randomly kind of been given this opportunity. You've worked for it and everything that you've done has helped along the way. So I think as well, like you deserve so much about it because you put all of that effort in and in many ways, like even just having like the drive towards it and planning it all, like you've been so planned and prepared with everything that you want to give to people and offer. So I can't wait to see how it kind of gets going because it's going to be so good.
And I think even like when I talk about unpicking those limiting beliefs, I mean, I know you know this. I was very honest with the girls when I did the first talk in December. I have had a huge fear about public speaking. I'm a very confident person. I don't mind. I love one-to-one work, but for some reason, put me in front of a group of people. I was supposed to do training for work when I first started there 12 years ago, and I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, I felt ill, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So, but again, that was the limiting beliefs that I had about myself. Back then, I lacked confidence in who I was and that I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. You
Um,
can do
so
anything if you put your mind to it.
and then I think once I got in stage, on stage in a bikini, it was like, it's okay, I can talk in front of people. But I was very honest with the girls that even then, starting something new like that, it is scary, and you know you do have those anxiety. But I just try and reframe it to it's the same feeling as excitement, and actually. It's really exciting to be able to help people and help people develop the confidence. So, yeah, really excited about that.
And once you've done it a few times, it just becomes like natural. You don't feel as uneasy. And I know
Yeah.
that because even like for me, like years ago when I did teaching for quite a few years, I never thought I'd be a teacher in my whole life. I thought that was something that I would never be able to do, stand up in front of the class, talk to the students for a whole
Yeah.
day, literally lecturing. And after doing that for years, it just helped with, oh my God, I can actually do things that I never thought I could do. Because that must have
Yeah.
been a limiting belief, but it's actually fine when you just have to throw yourself in at the deep end.
And I think when you get that feedback, even if it's constructive criticism, you can learn from that. But when you get feedback from people that you've helped them and that, I've probably told you this before, even in my job, I mean, I went to get some keys cut when I bought this house, and the guy in the shop said to me, "Oh, are you he said a name. Did you used to work for?" And he said this place, and I said, "Oh no, sorry, that's not me." He went, "Oh right, she really looked like a girl called Amy." And I was like,
Oh,
"Sorry, where did you say?" And when I was training as a social worker, I did a placement with young homeless people, and I then said to him, "Sorry, where did you say?" Because I am called Amy, and he said, "Oh, he explained," and I said, "Oh yeah, that was me," and he just stopped and he went, "These keys are on me." And I was like, "What?" And he went, "You changed my life." And I was like, honestly, I went in goose pimples. He said, "I can remember the last conversation I ever had with you." He said, "I actually fell down, I fell down the stairs on the bus." I was like, whoops. But he said it was thanks to you. I've got a property, I've got a family, I've got children, I'm married. And it was just like sometimes you don't even read. I would have never known that I'd made that difference because, my placement ended, I moved on. But for somebody, say 10 years later to remember me, that was huge. And then that was just like, again, just reinforcing to me like this is what I was made to do. I was made to help people is how I feel. And I just think life is tough anyway. So if I can spread a bit of positivity, make someone feel better, and actually just be a nice person, then that suits me.
yeah.
People
You
will say
don't
to us,
have
"Oh,
to
you're
try
too
hard
nice."
because that's just coming naturally to do. So it's not too difficult to do anyway.
So that was the first thing. There's another two things that I'm not going to do both, but potentially looking at going into property. So
I know
that's
about this already, so continue.
yeah. So buying, yeah, you know this. I was just thinking, oh, should I say this out loud?
And it makes
Yeah,
it real because you've said
it
it.
does, it does. So yeah, buying and doing up and selling properties is one potential that we're looking at. And the other potential, found a piece of land and doing like a doggy daycare, because obviously obsessed with animals as well. So yeah, there's lots of exciting things that are on the horizon, but
Mhm.
the reason I'm not going to progress with either of the other two at this point is because I want the mindset coaching up and running, and that is my priority. So they're things for the back end of the year. And I think the final thing is actually, can't believe I'm going to say this out loud either, but here we go. I'm actually going to start dating again this year. So that's exciting as
Oh,
well.
and I've got it as well, so it's not any news, but
Yeah, well, I told you, like, I think I probably said to you in December, I think I'm going to start dating again in 2025. So that is going to be a plan for me this year as well at some point. So yeah, they all the things that I am doing at the moment. So art and baking.
I was about to say, hold on, you missed one there.
Yeah, and baking. So I took a big batch of Destination, didn't I? And we sat and ate them.
They were lovely until I bit my
So
tongue and then had to stop.
yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But yeah, I feel like everything's busy. Everything's really busy, but really good. I'm happy and just kind of keep everything in place that I need to keep myself, you know,
Mm.
chilled as possible.
Yeah. And it is good, as I said before, like you know when you're hitting your limit and then you stop whatever is that trigger and push it back and
Yeah.
allow yourself a break. And a lot of people do struggle with like saying no and even to themselves, like, no,
Mhm.
I'm not going to go on my phone, I'm not going to do this because it's
Yeah.
like a vicious circle, isn't it, of
Mhm.
getting more stressed.
And for me, I have to have, well, I don't have to have, but what I try to plan in is one day where I am doing something just very relaxed, very chilled, or something that I really enjoy that is outside of work, really. So that tends to be a Saturday. So I know with the mindset coaching, I've left a Saturday as blank. So I'm doing, say, Saturdays are my off plan days. So I like to have a nice plan, and I have been doing. I know you weren't able to come on Saturday, but a bit like a come dine with me style. So Gabby comes round, my cousin comes round, Sophie's here. Um, it was supposed to be come dine with me where someone made the
Yeah,
starter,
they
someone made the
also
dessert,
contributed.
but I ended up making the starter main and dessert. So I just said, "Oh, we just split it," and then but I like cooking, I like baking. Um, but yeah, we've organised a Galentine's night in February. I imagine you're probably with Ace, but if not, you're welcome. It's on the Saturday. So we're going to do something then as well. But yeah, so on a Saturday, I tend to try and do something a bit more chilled, a bit, just nice chill time. And then Sunday, I do Sunday reset. Um, but I have got, bookings on a Sunday. So yeah, but on a Sunday evening, that will always be my Sunday reset because I just like to get myself prepared to start the week in the right way.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah, that's good. I mean, I know that's just once a week, but I know that you also have your daily morning routine. And I don't think we've mentioned this. I don't know, maybe we have mentioned this before, but like tell us a little more about what your morning typically looks like and what kind of things that you always make sure you make time for.
yeah. So I tend to set my alarm for round about 4:15 because we train super early. And
I'm
I
also up
do,
at that time. If we're going to the gym, it's half an hour drive for me. So yeah, I need the extra
yeah.
time. Go on.
So I read a book called The Miracle Morning, and as people will probably know, I try lots of different things just to see what works for me. Um, and what I found was I was really enjoying that. So it's that he called it the savers, the five savers. So and it can be as short or as long as you want. So it is silence, so a little bit of meditation, affirmations. I'm trying to spell savers in my head if I'm going slow. Visualization, exercise, reading and scribing. So I do, sometimes it's just a 5 minute meditation and visualization together. I will then journal just about whatever is in my head first thing on a morning. I sometimes find that if I'm going to have a really busy day, don't always do it on a morning. I'll do it on an evening when I go to bed, just so that I can look at what my wins have been for the day or, whatever is going on in my head. Um, and then yeah, I mean, I read all the time anyway, but at the minute I am reading Mindset, which I absolutely love. It'll not surprise anybody. But yeah, So that is my morning routine. Usually do it sat in bed with a cup of coffee, eating my banana and my squares bar before I come and meet you. But yeah, it's my mornings are really chilled because before that, before I introduced that, I would find that I would just get up, I would, rush around just to and quickly get out of the house to go to the gym, whereas actually starting my morning with a really clear head. And usually I then feel like the endorphins are there before I even get to the gym, and then I just kind of fire on all cylinders by the time I leave.
Yeah, I completely understand. I cannot get up and rush around, otherwise my whole day is just gonna feel like it's off. I have to get
Yeah.
up. I have to have, if I do not have an hour between getting up and going to the gym, I
Mm.
wouldn't be leaving. I'd just not be ready. I
I
need to
know.
have that chill time at the beginning of the day, and it's so important. And I will get up an hour earlier just to have that chill time. I'd rather have that than have it in bed because it's that important.
And I know on a morning, at a very particular time of the month, that when I message you on a morning, if the tick doesn't go to two, I'm starting without you.
I know, but wish me luck tomorrow.
Oh, I know, good luck. What time are we meeting?
6.
Quarter to?
That's fine. I have to meet Robbie at 7:45.
Yeah, perfect. Quarter to six to quarter to eight.
We have a meeting at Starbucks, so I need to train before that meeting.
Oh, tell him hi. Oh, he should be watching this. Hi, Robbie.
I'll direct him to our podcast.
Yeah, and we haven't actually we only spoke about this ever so briefly today, but at some point we're going to try and get the goat to grace us with his presence, Dan, aren't we? To tell people what it's like to coach the two of us.
Don't think that's going to be part of the topics. Don't think anyone cares. We'll have to do
Yeah, how
a
do you
more
manage these
interesting.
two crazy girls?
I think we'll have to do a, I don't know, more
Well,
interesting topic.
yeah.
That'd be good
No, I
though.
think it'd be good. It'd be good. Because Dan works with so many different people.
Yeah,
I
that
also want to know why he thinks I take the piss out of him.
probably because you do.
Do I? I don't realise. I know, what are you doing? So yeah, no, that's I think that's pretty much all that's going on in my life at the moment. I don't know that I've got space for any more, but we shall see. It might come on the next one and be like, oh my God, this is what happened. But oh, the other thing
We'll
I
see
have
on
just remembered,
Saturday if there's room for any more.
yeah. But what I'm gonna do, so the one thing I am doing that is very different. So I went back to Sunderland. Obviously I was back in Sunderland for Christmas and New Year, and I made some friends. And I'm going back. I was chasing her tail, if
You
you can hear
actually
that.
told me you're going back at the beginning of Feb for a birthday party.
Yes, Aiden's fourth birthday party, my nephew. But I'm also, while I'm there, going to do some strongman training in the strongman gym.
Not out of all the things you said, this is the only thing that I've not heard about.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go give it a go. So at first I was a bit like, Mom, I can't do that. Limiting belief. I can do whatever I want. So
Yeah.
I decided to look into what strongman exercises were, and I have agreed to go do a session there. So
I bet you'll
I'm
enjoy
gonna
it, to be fair. Like, just be careful, but as long as you're not like getting hurt, then I'm sure it'll be fun.
listen, girls 14 kg up, she's fine. I was like, can I lift a car? That's what I'd like to do. But no, I think it'll be really good. It's just it's something a bit different, isn't it? And it'll give people a good laugh, if nothing else. So I'm gonna go and train legs and Ultraflex on the Saturday, and then I'm gonna go to Strongman Gym on the Sunday, and then drive back to Manchester if I can.
Oh, that's gonna be good to be fair. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how we are getting on in the next 2 weeks. It'd be really good as well, lovely if anyone messages us if they have been writing down things that they're grateful for, because I know we had mentioned that in our last podcast, and let us know if you try the Miracle Morning. Maybe tell people like how to get the app and stuff in case they want to try that.
Yeah, so the book you can get it on Audible or just wherever you buy books or Madge, write it in Google. Or actually I've finished it, so if anyone wants to read it, they can borrow my copy. But there is also an app, it's free, called The Miracle Morning. I think there's also a Facebook group where loads of different people who do the Miracle Morning comment in there and talk about the different practices that they've done. I haven't joined that because I don't really use Facebook, so I only have it so I know when people's birthdays are. Um, but yeah, so there's those things. But download the app. Don't know if people will be able to see it if I get it up here. But looks like that. Nope. Nope. Oh
Think a little bit.
no. But yeah, so the app is free, so you can give it a go and see if you like it. But again, if not, just do those 5 things that I said earlier in whatever way works for you. Some of them might not. Some people might not really like visualization or anything like that, but it can take a little while to get used to. But
So
yeah, so
it's
it's worth giving it a go.
silence, scribing,
So
exercise.
save it's silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, scribing, savers. And the challenge for this, oh, I know we were saying about the E squared book. I learned something really cool in the E squared book. So this can be the challenge for this week. You
Okay.
might remember this. This thing.
Oh yeah. Oh God,
So
I just remember trying to do it, but like, yeah, I know exactly which one you mean.
it works every single time for me. It is crazy. But I know you can do the same with your arm. If you're with 2 people, so I'll explain first. So if you, for anyone who's watching on YouTube, interlock your fingers. If you're not, if you're listening, I'll try and explain it. So your thumb and your, is that your
Index.
fourth index finger?
I think so.
So
I
make
don't know.
okay, the middle finger.
Second one
So
in.
you touch them to make a loop, but combine them so you've got like an infinity symbol. And what you want to do is apply pressure and start to, like, as if you were going to try and pull them apart. Then, when you say a statement that is true, you won't be able to get them apart. Or you don't, you just want a little bit of pressure. So, say, my name is Amy. That's still pretty firm. When you then say something that isn't true, your finger loosens. Did this work for you, Kels?
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
Yeah. So then when I say you apply the same amount of pressure, and then I say I am Kelsey, and it's mad.
Like your body just knows that you're not.
Your body does. So and that's what the experiment was in that. So it said if you're not sure about something and you want an answer to the question, that that's then stored in your unconscious mind. So actually, if you want an answer to something, you can do that same experiment to maybe get a bit of an idea about what you actually want. So I thought that I was walking on me walking pad and I was like, because I got really excited about it.
Yeah,
So
good
yeah,
one.
good way to find out if someone's lying to you as well. Because if you tell them to put the arm out and say whatever, not that anyone will be like, "Come here, you do this," but if you try and push the arm down, it will stay up if they're telling the truth. It will go down if they're lying.
Pretty
So
cool.
when you go downstairs, do a test with this and see if his arm goes down. Think of a question and ask him.
Need to think of a question. He's nipped out. He's going to come back and he's going to expect his dinner, and I've not made his dinner, so
Okay, so anything else from you, Kels? Feel like I have just rambled on about my life, like anyone, like anyone wants to know.
No, honestly, no, you've not at all.
Mm. And if anyone wants mindset coaching,
1 minute,
hit me
1 minute. I found it.
up.
Everyone out.
That's all right.